On today's show, I'm talking with Toe Taslim. You know him from The Raid, The Night Comes for Us, Mortal Kombat, Star Trek Beyond, a bunch of other stuff. His new film, The Furious, is, wow, you're not ready. You've never seen a martial arts movie like this. Believe me when I say there are fights in this movie that are just unlike anything you've ever seen before. It is nuts. You're going to stand up and cheer at this one. It's really incredible. One note about the chat, I don't know if it was my internet or his, but you'll see Joe's video feed freeze up a lot. The audio is totally fine, but the video just freezes up a lot. But don't let that get in the way of the actual interview. He talks about his particular style of fighting, of getting to do judo in The Furious, and having his third on-screen fight against Yayan Ruhian after The Raid and Hit and Run. Why am I telling you what's about to happen? Just watch it and you'll learn for yourself. Remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment. That would be cool. Hello there, Joe.
Hello, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to talk to you. I've been a fan ever since feels like a million years ago now. A friend was like, "Hey, you got to check out this movie, The Raid." And I was just
Yeah, it
like,
was like what, 16 years ago? 16, yeah, 16.
something like that. Yep. And blew my mind, never looked back. And it's been
Thank
amazing to
you.
watch your career since then. Every
And I
time
look
you
the same,
pop
right?
up.
16 years ago and now. I don't age. I'm a vampire.
Uh-huh. um, well, first of all, tell me a little bit about going from this martial arts guy and showing up in movies, even especially Hollywood movies, to be like the heavy, the fight guy, to
hmm
like getting to be like the leading man, getting to be like the hot guy in the movie yourself.
Ah,
Did you want to be a
well,
fighter or did you want to be an actor?
I think both, Zach. I think both. Um, I think like a lot of action movies that I did, my approach in action scene mostly grounded, right? I don't do fancy cakes. I don't do spinning like twisting in the air, all those things. I give it to all those people, all those experts. I think for me, the way I approach action scenes is always about the character first, and then I think uh, answering your question, I think good balance of both. I always believe that I'm an actor who's lucky enough. I know how to fight, and then lucky enough I can perform a fight scene, but also understand that there are things that I can't do as well. So for me, it's a combination of me delivering a performance as an actor that involves a lot of actions, and the way I fight is always grounded, is always try to almost, it's probably, you can say, believable in terms of choreography, in terms of how I fight, because how I fight, you mostly effective, mostly. If you watch The Raid, no, there's no, almost like in that scene, one on one with Kang Yayan, no fancy movements there, all just real and make sense. And then that come for us. If you watch that one as well, I believe there were no acrobatic movements there. Everything is just grounded. And then in this one, the fears as well, the way he fight, this judo fight, which I'm very grateful that Kenji believed me to do a little bit of judo and maybe more in playing Naveen as a journalist investigator, and then that has judo background. So answering your question, both. Yeah.
Sure.
I think
Um,
I'm pretty good with both.
Anytime a movie has you and Yayan going at it, that's always like a cinematic event.
Thank you.
It's like the big boxing match in Las Vegas or WrestleMania or whatever, it's like the fight of the century. At this point,
Oh,
it's at
thank
least
you.
it's at least the third time that you've gone head to head.
You're
Uh
right.
What
Wow,
is
good
your rapport
counts.
with him?
Wow, I mean, like my rapport with him, of course, he killed me in the raid. And then the second one, kind of like, if you have you seen Hit and Run? There's a local movie that I did a couple years ago. And that
That
in the
one, no.
finale, I fought. Yeah, I fought Kang as well. So that was the second time, and this is the third time. So, I think it seems like who wins is it doesn't really matter for me that much. I think I'm quite faithful, whatever written on the script. I don't really do action movies to win. For me, most of the time, I just dedicate myself and surrender to the writer and director where the character's gonna go. But answering your question, the most beautiful part of it is because we've been fighting, trying to kill each other for almost 20 years. 16 years and counting. Uh, uh, but the beautiful part of it, like, Kang I am probably the only person that, because our experience together, that every time I fight him, for me, it never feels like that I need to work hard for it because we know each other so hard. The chemistry is so strong. So I understand his pace, his speed, the way he fights, and he understands me as well. And we kind of like understand each other's uh flaws, each other's limitations. So at the same time, it's a beautiful thing in action movie that you're fighting, the illusion you create, you're trying to kill each other visually for the audience to see. But in the process of doing that, me and Kanya, we dance beautifully and we had so much fun doing it. And then we protect each other every second, you know. Of course, it involves a lot of pain. But the beautiful thing about that is that because we know each other so much, Kangyan can really hit me and I'm gonna enjoy it. Sometimes like Joe, I'm gonna hit you a bit hard here. I said like go for it. We're an actor. We're trying to create illusions, and then we don't want to fake it. Of course, safety is priority, but there are a lot of things that sometimes the impact of it, we with a lot of happiness, we took the pain and surrendered to it. So I think the fight itself, especially in the fierce one-on-one fight with him, it became so much fun doing it because it was so safe. My heart feels so safe, even though there are a lot of things, kick to the body, yeah, sometimes in a process I got hit for real, he got hit for real, but we laugh about it every time. So that's very rare, because if you do that to actors that you don't really know, he's probably gonna call his manager and sue me or whatever.
You won't take it personally. Um,
Yeah, but we had so much fun doing it.
so I guess not to talk out of class or name names or anything, but have you had fight scenes perhaps in Hollywood movies where you've had to talk to the actor and be like, "It's not personal. I didn't mean to hit you. Don't hit me back."
Well, in Hollywood, it's the other way around. Hollywood, in my experience, I never really hurt anybody because I know this is different how it works. But I got hurt so many times, and then I took it with open heart because I understand this job sometimes. I'm not trying to be method, but pain is part of the job, especially doing action. You can't really, if you're doing your action, not using a lot of double, for sure, pain is part of the game, and pain helps you to act. If your character gets hit and then suffers, you need to feel that a little bit to perform. Because the audience needs to feel it as well. So my experience in Hollywood, I never really hurt anybody, but I got hurt a lot because I know how to control how I fight, but some people, they just probably not really, because they don't have a martial art background and then they just train for like a week or two. So in the process, they, sometimes control is not something, it takes years to have to build control when you, especially doing a sprint fight. And then the highest level of performers, action performers, is you can tell. it's all about control. It's all about creating an illusion of violence that's so real for the audience, but no one gets hurt. That's the highest level, in my opinion. Because if you hurt people for real, that is not acting. We just watch MMA. Why you want to watch action movies? Watch real fight for real if you want to watch, people get hurt for real. But I think this is an art form of entertainment that people watch something that people believe somebody could die doing that, but everybody just, having fun in the process of shooting it. So for me, that's the art level of it. Yeah.
Sure. And the Furious is definitely the highest level of that
Thank you.
because
Yeah, we can know what. Well, we everybody's safe. We survive.
um now it's not your and it's not your only movie this year. I just saw you last week in Mortal Kombat. Or
Thank you. That was a lot of
so
fun.
is it as fun with all the makeup and I imagine a much heavier costume than just the t-shirt and
Yeah,
the shirt?
yeah. It's harder to fight in a fantasy action film like that. Um, a lot of limitations, of course, because you can't really see that clear, and then you kind of like you can't really move that much. But it was a great experience. It was challenging for me to, as an actor doing action movies. I think you always want to challenge yourself to do things, or challenge yourself in an uncomfortable situation. And then Mortal Kombat is a movie that's not it's not the same like Furious. It's a different action. This is like fun and cool and stylish. It's just different approach. And in the process of that, I had a good time. I had a good time, to be honest, because I played my favorite character. Like the first one, Sub-Zero, and the next one, Noob Saibot. It's a dream come true as because I'm a gamer. I still game until now. So as a nerd, it's something that you're gonna be proud forever because you played two characters that kind of like so iconic, and that will be remembered for all the next gamers in the next generation. So I'm happy.
Oh yeah. So, across all the industries, all of the motion picture industries around the world, you've fought so many people. Is there any actor um who you would like to fight who you haven't had the chance to share the screen with yet? And just to mix it
Mm.
up, an actor from any time period. If you could be
Anytime
with
period.
someone, you know?
I would love to fight Bruce Lee if I could go back in time, and then, you know, in the movie when he was in his prime. That's definitely one thing. Not because I want to challenge myself, but because I love him so much. He's the inspiration. Next one, probably Jet Li. And the next generation after Bruce Lee, probably I'm more leaning into how Jet Li fights and then how he approach action. I love his style. And for modern day now, probably talking about age. I don't know. I fought a lot of people. I think I almost like I fought, I fought everybody from Mark Dacascos, Dustin Nguyen, Andrew Koji, or Iko, Yayan, maybe Tony Jaa, yeah, or Wu Jing, yeah, like in the present generation. Someday
One
that
of
that could
these
happen.
days. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, have you have you fought Scott Adkins?
not yet,
Not
not
yet.
yet,
Not yet. I've talked
not
to
yet.
him and he seems like a really fun guy.
I think I did a podcast with them once, and
Yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah.
definitely some. Yeah, he's very talented. He's very talented. I think it's gonna be something really cool because Scott is very, acrobatic. It's very fancy moves here and there, and I'm very grounded how I fight. So it should be something really cool to see us fight together because we're so different in terms of how we fight. Yeah.
Sure. Well, thank you so
Mm.
much for your work, for your career, for this film. It's amazing to see you take this like
Thank you,
heightened
Zach.
form of judo that I've never seen before. There's so much in this movie that I've never seen before. I know everyone's gonna
Thank
love
you,
it,
Zach.
and whatever you do next, I hope to talk to you for that as well. Thank you so much.
Looking forward, Zach. Looking forward. I appreciate you. Thank you.